Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and another episode. Today we're continuing the service on the BMW 740. Last episode I noticed whilst changing the sump that the auxiliary belt was in a dire condition. So I've gone and picked up a new one, and also I've gone and picked up the aircon one because I do want to keep the aircon, especially in this thing. I've got some fresh coolant because I can't remember when the coolant was last changed, so I've got some concentrate here. So we'll drain the system on it today. I mean, I'm just going to flush it through, drain it again after probably 500 miles. Because I also want to do the water pump as well. I'm not going to do that at the moment because the more important thing is getting it on the road. Give a big shout out to Chris from BMW E38 Owners UK for allowing me to share my channel on their page. Thank you very much. And anybody that's viewing from the BMW E38 Owners, special welcome to you guys. I'm not going to mess around. I'm going to get the expansion bottle out. I'm going to get the cowling out that sits on the radiator. I'm going to get the viscous fan off so I can get the belt out easy enough. I'm going to grease the tensioners as well, just to make sure that they're all running smoothly. And yeah, so I'm going to get these belts changed, get it drained, get it refilled, run it, let it bleed. I've got it luckily still from the last episode. I haven't actually taken it off the ramp. The blue plastic sheet is still under the car, so I don't have to put one of those down. So yeah, let's get on. So here we are, drain bucket at the ready. Okay, so I've got to accept the fact that the car's actually leant back. I'll let this continue to drain and try and get as much of it out as possible, just by pumping some of the pipes. Once this is drained, I'm then going to take the cowling off and the expansion tank, just so I can get to that viscous. Still knackered. Okay, so both belts are in. I don't recommend for a minute that you use my way of doing this, but you make your own way. Right, as long as you can remember how the belt came out rather, same way you put it in. Now what I did was, as you saw, use a 17mm on the outer one here once this is lap, and that one there. So you pull this that way, so you're going anti-clockwise. You tighten that one up with a 13mm, so it's tight. It doesn't have to be murder tight, just enough to keep this bracket down. And then you put your 13mm on there, tighten that up as tight as you can get it. Obviously I'm going to run it and make sure that they're not loose or anything. Down here, obviously I did this underneath the car. Now this one, I mean, luckily I've got the front bumper off still, so it's quite easy to do. So similar sort of thing again, 13, 10, let it slack, change your belt, use your 17 over the top of this one to pull it that way, pull it down, 10mm on there, and yet again your 13 on there, done. Easy way of doing it. So now now the belts are in, it's all tightened up, because you're going to go around, torque it up, and then the next job is put the cowling and everything back. Excuse my lovely phone mount, by the way. So yeah, let's get that back in. And finally we're back together. Everything's all buttoned up, all torqued up, everything's all good, all pipes are in place, everything's all clipped in, electrical connectors. I had to take the airbox off because I had to get to the expansion tank pipe behind here because I couldn't get down to it with my hand. I managed to undo it but couldn't do it back up. So I'm going to whack a litre of coolant in, top the rest up with water. Like again, I ain't going to be flushing it out again. And we're going to start it up, we're going to let it bubble up, and we're going to see how long it takes to bleed this. So let's start. It's only about a quarter full so far, so that's about it. You can hear it glugging away quite nicely. Go for the watering can. And make a huge mess whilst we try and fill this up. Might dilute the old anti-3s as well. Right, so it hasn't filled up a lot. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start it up. I'm going to let it run, let that drop, and hopefully we're not leaking, because we'll soon find out once it's run up to temperature, see if there's any little leaks or anything like that that shouldn't be there. Hopefully by the time it's warmed up it will dry off anything that's left over on the belts or anything like that where I've just filled it up. I say top it up until it overflows and bubbles. So let's go and start it. Alright, so I'm going to take you for a bit of a walk around the car just whilst we're letting it set. Obviously I haven't really done a walk around of this thing, so turn you around. So obviously you've seen a lot of the front end of this car lately, you've seen a bit of the underside of it. Obviously the wings don't match because I did actually rattle can them a while ago, because obviously it was involved in an accident. So as you can see it doesn't match. Yeah, these doors are an original colour, but yet the rear isn't. I mean, it won't show up very well on the camera, but somebody resprayed this car and didn't do a very good job of it. Sorry, it's not a 735, it is a 740, it is a boot, as you would have seen in one of the other videos. Yeah, so it was all painted, and I noticed on the old boot lid that obviously this top half of the boot was painted, yet this wasn't, so this was still original colour, and you could see the paint difference by miles, and it wasn't nice. And there's other evidence of it here, of where it's been painted. Like I say, they've just not done a very good job, so I switched it over for better panels. And yeah, obviously I'm missing a chrome trim here. I might have one somewhere for it. If not, I'll have to get one. Obviously these bottom trims here as well, I'm going to try and refurbish those, if not get new ones, because I need the slightly bigger ones, because obviously I've got side skirts to go on this car at some point, but obviously they can't go on with these original little pieces, so we're gonna have to get the rear quarter ones and the wings. Oh, so actually it's just dropping revs then. I was wondering what was going on. But yeah, so she's nice and quiet. You can see there that where the wing just isn't right, but I will repaint it. But at the moment it's not a problem. In the bonnet is the worst. What else can we say? Yeah, wheels, they're going. I've got some style 32s that are going to go on here. I'm going to repaint those, new tyres, all the rest of that stuff. What else have we got? We'll move on to the interior. So it was originally grey, but since then has been ripped out and replaced with all black. One thing I didn't do, I'm going to try and also catch up a little bit on stuff I've done off camera. Rebuilt this door, as probably you would have seen in the first and maybe the second episode. You would have seen this door was completely stripped. I mean, it's not back together properly. The window motor is just buggered, so is the regulator. I've still got to put an airbag back in the door to turn the light out. The speaker's a bit shot in there as well, so we're going to change all that. But I mean, I'm going to rip the sound system out and put a complete new sound system in eventually. She's done 121,725, which isn't bad. Like, so you've got the original small screen unit. Satellite navigation all works. The phone works. Everything all works on it. There's no worries with it. Like I say, it was all ripped out from a grey interior. Like, grey interior was taken out, it was just dirty, a lot of it was broken. The sunroof never worked, which it does now. So obviously we put a new sunroof unit in there. Give her a little rev for you. Won't rev it much past 2k whilst it's doing what it's doing. So obviously yeah, I've left the heaters on. So there's not much else really I can say. Obviously the front of it did take quite a big hit, but luckily for me it wasn't too much. It was literally just panel damage. There was no frame damage or anything like that. It was just take all the old smashed stuff off, most of it, like I say, didn't even have to unbolt it because it was snapped off. So, like I say, as you would have seen in my first video, we replaced the front piece here because it was bent. I've still got the old one on the scrap pile, sat over there. Yeah, so it's a lot of it now is just tidying up, like I say, recommissioning half the systems, get it all running properly, get it through its MOT, and then we can start playing fun afterwards. Hopefully, very soon, this windscreen is going to be changed because it's got a lovely set of cracks running away. I haven't helped it over the 2 years it's been sat off the road. Just do one big round loop so you can have a proper look at it and its size. Right, I'm just step over the bumper because I've got that in the way. Just move over here a minute. That's it, claim me registration, people. You're more than welcome to. Joke's be on you though, it's been sat here for 2 years. So yeah, again, this is from the other side. I say the paint almost matches, but well, it did match to the previous, like to the old doors that were on it. But once I put these new doors on, you can see straight away the paint didn't match. So I'll just walk around the front one more. And that's about it, really. All I can do is I'm going to leave this running for a while, let it bleed up, and see how she runs. And I'll report that in the next video. Oh, also what I did do whilst I was off camera, like I said the last time, obviously this was just swinging loose in the engine bay, no longer doing so. Unfortunately I have had to use a cable tie, but if you can't fix it with cable ties, you're not using enough. I've also put the air pipe that runs up to the airbox back in all securely because there wasn't one on it because it was damaged in the accident. I've actually still got the old one. I'll tell you what, I'll go and get that one so you can have a quick look. So this here was our old one. I mean, obviously you can see the bracket's been broken off. Nice big hole in it. Not what you want. So, in actual fact, that's going in the bin. Bye. I think I'm going to end the video there. There's not much more I can do from it apart from just bleed this up. Obviously I'll report how it goes in the next video. And thank you yet again for watching. Subscribe, like our Facebook page. Also, if you're an E38 enthusiast in the UK or wherever you are, please do give BMW E38 Owners UK a like on Facebook. It'd be much appreciated. And thanks again, and I shall catch you next week.